This is another exciting episode, but it's not just Dicey and Chantel. Today we have Cult 45 with us, the podcast.
Nobody sees y'all waving. Y'all have to say hi.
Yeah, exactly.
See us waving.
Well, we're recording it with video, but for the purpose of our audio.
Oh.
Say hi, guys.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
7'2", covered in rippling muscles, long dreadlocks blowing in the wind.
I don't have that much After Effects.
We got chocolate, chocolate and caramel in the house.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Brandon and Randy,
Yes.
also known as
We're Code 45 movie podcast. How you guys doing?
Just a 6-pack / 8-pack / keg.
2 cakes.
And Dicey and Chantel here. We are rocking the red lipstick, both of us.
Yeah.
All right, but
of course, because what we're talking about, it had to be red.
Red, yeah.
Now y'all ruined it. Oh.
I should have had red balloons ready for y'all. I'm so sorry. That was a missed
Good.
opportunity.
That'd have been a nightmare.
I didn't realize how many fears came out of my body.
Oh yeah.
That's what I loved about watching this movie. And if you don't know, we're about to talk about It Chapter 2. I should say that.
Yes, and there will be spoilers, so you have a minute to turn this off.
Yes, please. But you should have watched the movie already. Okay. I keep hitting the desk. I'm sorry. I have mannerisms.
I think we're okay, possibly.
Okay.
We're probably good.
Maybe I might go.
If not, you know us girls here, we like to smack our lips and hit the microphone often.
Back to the red balloons. My kids, they have seen these movies, and we took them to see It last night also. And so excited. Yes, and I really plan to put red balloons all in this house to scare the shit out of them. I really do. I'm gonna do that real soon. Yeah.
So how'd they take it? Did they were they like freaked out?
They were, but they enjoy it, So it's at the point where I'm able to mold them into horror fans. They're enjoying it. They do, and it's interesting to see it through their eyes. And so, I like sharing it with them so we can talk about it. But the fact that I know how I feel, but I don't get all the goosebumps anymore when I watch horror movies. So it's interesting to see their reactions and to see them jump and stuff. Not just because it's funny, but because it's so. That's how a kid is going to respond to something like that.
Oh, I thought you meant like you were so void of emotion. He's like, so this is what fear is. You jumped at that moment. I see. I found that hilarious as fuck.
Now, I must mimic that so others will not think I'm a serial killer.
No, seriously, yeah.
Measuring human emotions. Like, okay.
I have similar issues, except when I get scared, I get happy. So I don't know what that's about.
Oh man.
It's a sociological experiment, I guess.
Yeah.
Psychological experiment.
There you go.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of everything.
All right.
I just want to say, because we're going to start talking about it, I just want to say, since we're on the red balloons, I enjoyed the way that they made the red balloons look like blood cells.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good catch.
Very cool.
It's a good catch.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, continue.
You know what? I just thought about that. Are you getting my good side? Is my chin hanging out?
Lord.
And then I need to watch that. You know what? I need to be turned like this.
Okay, we'll be like Charlie's Angels.
The whole time? Yeah, you better do it the whole time. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, man, that is...
We have 2 guys on the show with us, and they're probably like, women are high maintenance even on the radio.
Well, because Randy and Brandon make me laugh, and so if I'm gonna be laughing a lot, then I'm gonna be concerned about the way my chin is coming out.
Y'all can see my chin. Video. Y'all can see my whatever.
All I know is podcasting's my safe haven. I'm not gonna start arguing with women
sitting there
in the podcast.
watching Dicey's chin.
On
video.
Yeah.
That's
what we're worried about.
That's what we're worried about.
Yeah. Mr. Plus One told us men don't look at that.
Men don't look at the chin.
It's like what?
What?
Women
have a face?
Women have chins?
What?
Holy shit!
See?
Point taken.
Headless body.
That's like memories of Derry or like women's faces. It's just like there's a face.
Whoa,
I remember that. Holy shit!
The longer I'm staring at the face, I start remembering things.
All the bad times.
All the bad times, right?
So if you are tuned in because of Dicey and Chantel, then you will know why we brought on Cult 45 podcast, because they are so entertaining. And I want you to check out their podcast. They do movie reviews exclusively.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they do movies that put hair on your chest, right? Is that how you...
I think it's our show that does it.
Yeah.
The show.
The show.
The show that puts hair in your
Who
That's
was
chest.
the
Need to
warmest
shave.
color to not put hair on anyone's chest?
No,
At all.
just slick surfaces.
So make sure you check them out. All right, I keep subverting and going back to other stuff, digressing. Let's get back to It Chapter 2. Now, how y'all want to do this?
I guess we could just go from beginning to end, just whatever hits us the most, I guess.
Okay.
Because
I was the weirdo and I took notes on my first viewing because I was extremely excited. And I will say, just to start us off, this is the first and only movie I've ever seen that gave me the exact I keep making up words today. The exact same experience I had reading the book emotionally. I've never had a movie do that. Exactly the same experience, that the realizations and everything just came. And I read that book 30 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I was like super impressed. What about you guys?
I never read the book. I went over the differences between the actual movie and the stuff, so like I knew what to look for, what not to look for, and I actually was avoiding the original miniseries from the 90s for years, only because of like word of mouth of how scary it was. I was like, oh, I don't want no piece of this. Then I watch it, I'm like, he's just harassing kids. Like, it's not scary. He's just talking shit to children all day.
Yeah,
and it's like, I'm gonna whoop your ass eventually. Like, when?
I was thinking about that yesterday driving around, and I was just like, it was so unfair. It's so unfair for anyone to try to compare the miniseries to this movie. Because
It
it's
is.
like, here, we're going to give you this source material, but you're handcuffed and your legs are shackled, and you try to make this, and whatever you want. It's fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Get
Go
nuts.
nuts.
Exactly.
Go nuts. You want?
And I love Tim Curry. I'm a Tim Curry fan, and I know he did the best he could, but it was freaking television.
Yeah.
It was
network
for
television.
TV, and I'm just...
He was enjoyable.
Even that line in the Tim Curry one, I'm the just eater of worlds and children. I'm just like, that line is hilarious. But
'Cause he's in
Bill,
yeah.
But when Bill Skarsgård says it on the end, I'm just like, oh,
He
you know what?
mean-
I believe it.
Yeah, he means it. Like, he actually
I
means
believe
it.
it.
Like, I was so excited with this, and I knew about the hate crime in the book, and how like CSI, Special Units Victim, went into the book and stuff, and then like when they opened with it, I was like, this is a good way to start a horror movie with a fucking hate crime.
And
Like,
especially in our culture today, right now.
yeah,
with
fix
all
your faces.
The hate climate going on.
And that's one of the criticisms I've been seeing. I decided to go on some of the pages and read some of the comments, and because I absolutely loved this movie. I saw it twice yesterday, once by myself, once with my family. So the second time I took notes and all that, but the first time I just wanted to experience it. But I was curious if did I just love it because I had high expectations and it met my expectations, or is this one of those that I was weird on? So I started reading comments, and a lot of people had complaints about the opening scene. It is in the books, all right? It's in the book. And I thought it was important to establish what is going on in this movie. Pennywise is a bully, and he identifies with bullies. He likes bullies. He promotes bullying, and he feeds off the fear of being a bully. And so that scene, I think, was a perfect setup to go into establishing how bullying works. And I hope people actually learn something from that scene. You look ridiculous when you're treating people this way. If you have a problem with somebody based on their sexuality, you look fucking ridiculous. Now, our podcast is, we do drop the F-bombs and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So your people are going to be good with
I've
this.
heard you guys said that a few times.
You were on our show. We did Martyrs,
I
for
know.
Christ's sake.
Yeah.
An entire white family was wiped out with a chick with a shotgun. I think we're good. We're
Yeah.
good to go.
Saw a woman get frisked. Like,
Yeah, she got flayed.
she got flayed.
Yeah, we're
Fine.
fucking flayed.
Fucking
just
flayed. And the white people are like, is she dead yet? Did she see the light?
This is going to be adult, very adult.
Oh,
Yeah,
All right. And that's what I love also. This is an R-rated movie.
Yes, yes.
I do like at the very beginning when we're seeing the trademark of the production companies, we hear Georgie's voice. So it takes you right back to the very first, the whole
fucking worst
thing that drove Bill, the older brother, was Georgie and the loss of Georgie. And it came back because, if you've ever read the book, they lose their memories once they left the town. So when they come back, their memories start to come back. And when that starts hitting him again, I think it's very important. And so in the very beginning, before we see anything, we hear Georgie. So it put the watcher right back in that mindset of Derry. And then we see the big shots of the town with the square blocks and the perfect homes, and we know, as you said, this is Pennywise's town.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it even creepier, because it looks so perfect that you know it's not at all. It's so forked.
I also there was another thing I was trying to figure out was because most horror movies have a set base of like rules, or it's like you have your house, your containment, and then you have your sin, and you have your monster. So Pennywise is our monster, Derry is our house. But I was trying to figure out what the sin was that every one of these persons committed, because it's like it's some kind of, I feel like it's either giving into fear or some kind of like you're stronger than you realize kind of thing, and that's the idea. That's how the hero usually survives at the end, is he overcomes his sin and forgives himself or finds forgiveness.
You think the sin is basically just the childhood trauma they all went through? Like the sin's actually done against them more so, in the sin of forgetting?
I think the sin would have been when they stopped being friends, because the whole point of the movie was that friendship, that bond that they had, and when they turned their back on that bond, that's when Pennywise would start to win.
Oh, I think that too, but like each of them have an individual one where it's like, if Mike finds the courage to reach out and get help, then he wins. And like Bill finds the forgiveness of himself, like it's not his fault. He wanted him to stay inside on a rainy day. That's, and it's like if what was the girl's name? I don't remember. Beverly. If Beverly realizes that she's a woman, it's okay for her to be sexually attracted to guys, and it's like, but not 40-year-old pharmacists. That's fine. Yeah. And it's just like, she can be okay being a woman. Then it's like, that's the idea, and then you have to learn how to overcome these things, and that's what kills the monster in the end.
I mean, the sin could be just them forgetting all together. Just forgetting Derry could be the sin.
That's true.
True too.
Because I was putting on my I'm smart hat, even though everyone already broke this down to how it's about dealing with trauma just in general, like having to go back, repress memories, looking back at all that, yada yada yada. I thought it was super fucking smart, and I saw like, oh, everybody do that? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
My bad.
I will have to tell you guys, right before the hate crime happened, one of my favorite lines happened. That was, never been a big fan of the beaver.
Oh yeah, that was funny. That was actually pretty fucking funny.
And it was the hat with the beaver.
Yeah,
and I don't know if
funny.
you guys noticed, but the hat showed up again later in the movie.
Where at?
Nobody else caught it. It was on the parade float.
Son of a bitch.
It sure was. Just sitting on the top of the parade float.
Nice. I really appreciate the guy that was getting beat up when he was like, I still fucking hate that haircut. Like that was like, yeah.
It's been 30 years, dude. Get another. He's still wearing the mullet after all this time.
Oh, I love
Eddie. Oh, that was also hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
That's not the scene you were talking about?
I was talking about during the hate crime when he was still talking shit to him.
He said he had the Megan Ryan, the Meg Ryan,
Meg Ryan called you once her haircut back.
Yeah. And I was like, man, that joke is so old. That joke is old as the 90s.
Don't give a damn. Right? That was excellent.
Now, I was excited right after, the scene of the hate crime to see Pennywise's love note to the children / adults in his life, the ones that got away. And it's come back. Come home. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I felt bad for every single person having to get that phone call though. Cause,
especially for Stanley.
Man.
That's why I don't answer my phone. I see a number I don't like, but I don't know.
Right.
Is that my whole town?
It's always the same Chinese person. Like, no, stop it.
And then you're like, call me later. I might be bored. I'll talk to you then.
Hello, Mr. Handy Yarboros. I am calling about your health insurance plan.
I am not touching that. Not touching that.
And usually I just like, why no hables inglés, no hables español. Oh, hang on, let me transfer you over to.
Exactly, and then you gotta
hang up.
Exactly.
because that calls off them, and then it goes on to the international, and then they lose a call. I know how to work the system. That way, that guy gets a quota that he answered, he made a call, and he transferred it, and it counts.
Fuck them. I ain't trying to help them.
Trying to help him out a little bit.
No, I give him dead air. I give him dead fucking air. Pieces of shit.
Or just like,
stop robocalling us.
It's like,
stop it.
So losers stick together.
Right.
Sorry.
Losers stick together.
Back to the movie.
That hashtag losers stick together was trending as a result of this movie, and I think that is a much bigger You know, when you were talking about, when you were talking about how the movie was smart, you know, I think that's a much bigger message and of love and acceptance and of, you know, standing up for yourself and even
having each other's back.
Yeah, yeah. And they were considered losers, but which should have a negative connotation, but it was something that they ended up adopting and embracing, which I thought was a pretty important part of the movie. What did y'all think about? Because Chantel wrote me saying that I hope that people will get this part of the movie, and I was like, I believe they will. I sure did, but that was because I considered myself a loser, so I identified with it in that way. What do you guys think? I know you all are winners, so as from the winner's circle, can you let us know if that is a message that was received for the people who are not losers?
You wanna go first? I don't really have faith in humanity like that. I mean, but to, you know, most people are usually self-deprecating. Most people that we would get along with, I'll put it that way. People that we actually like at the table. I do think some people are going to get the right stuff from this, but you also have the people who don't even understand the purpose of the hate crime. People like
right, exactly.
It's like, people don't realize this is like probably the biggest anti-bullying movie ever.
Absolutely.
Because bullies are in fact clowns. You're a clown if you do this.
Yes.
Like the way
you are a clown. Like, that's what they kept saying to him at the end.
The only way to understand stupidity like that is to observe it, so you know what's happening. Because people want to not look. They just don't want to see real evil, and that is truly something that's evil. Mm-hmm. And Stephen King, of course, was able to help put that there for people to see in a way that's like, oh my God, you know, that's
what made me piss off at the Todd and Dairy more than anything else. I was just
of course.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys suck.
Yeah. But you know, I think it was kind of important because I felt like Pennywise was made to be. There was more depth to Pennywise in this version, and that was awesome because at the very end, you know, when they finally get him, a piece of you kind of wishes like, oh no, he's really gone now. You're like, oh, at least me because I'm a weirdo. And
like,
so you
take
know.
his heart.
But you know, he was just like, you know, any life form, pretty much just trying to live in the way he thought would make the people seem happy. You know, now they were in his twisted mind, they weren't. You know, I mean, they were, but in reality, they weren't. They were miserable. They were being controlled. The worst parts of them were being, you know, dramatized because of his influence. So I think it was important for us to see the hate crimes and all the horrible things he influenced out of people. You know, as a writer, I thought that was important for us to not forget he is truly evil.
Yeah.
No, that's a good statement.
I really loved the adult versions of the children. I thought they did such a damn good job of casting the right people. Eddie looked like Eddie grown up. Did you all see that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
No,
for sure.
Yeah.
He could have been his son.
Yeah.
It was amazing that
the
casting job they did with everybody.
Yes,
like,
yes.
I think McAvoy was the only reach, but it was like, we got James fucking McAvoy. I don't care. Like, let's move on. Like, everyone move on.
Well,
like,
Ben is a reach.
Ben is not a reach to me because they got the same.
So.
No, because
they got the same features.
You think so?
I saw them stand side by side, like side by side. They look like they're related. Like it works. Like you need to see. I'll send you the link to it. They look.
I saw it in certain emotional things on his face, like when he was thinking about Bev and pining for her. I could see the similarities between the two characters.
Either way, I'm happy with it. Abs.
Girl, right here, where does it say? Heart bends, man cleavage.
Okay, I don't give a damn if it was a reach or not, to be honest.
I went home and I looked at my husband and I pulled his pants down a little. I'm like, you need to work on this man cleavage, all right?
Ouch. Ouch.
Randy looks so uncomfortable.
You just Pennywise him. That's fucked up. You just gave him a complex. He was just sitting at home relaxing. He was just like, he think he's got to get lucky. He's like, oh hell yeah! It's like you're trash.
What's wrong with
trash down there?
Hey, fat boy, what's going on here? I told you I didn't like it when you do the voice.
Dang, I needed to have that recorded on my
just
phone.
Hurt his soul.
Speaking of abs, I like the way they showed his abs, the way that kind of worked into the horror of the movie.
The carving on the belly.
Yeah, that was a very good scene. So it didn't feel as forced as, say, the romances. The kisses were a mess. That was my only criticism of this movie. The only thing that I did not like.
Both were a mess to you, or just the first one? 'Cause I think the Bill Bev kiss was supposed to be trash.
Yeah.
Like the second kiss. The second kiss was trash.
I
only
love the
because-
kissing under the water. I thought that was amazing.
I was so disgusted. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. Each time, both times that I saw the movie, it just it was.
You don't like Corey water.
It just all seems so.
Corey water.
It just seems so forced and out of place to me.
Really?
It really did.
Huh.
And so I told you I watched it the first time by myself. And so basically there was not many people in the theater. I was in there with a few elderly people, and that's about it. So there was no reaction. It was just my gut feeling. This is trash. Don't do this. Let's get back to the killing or whatever else. I get that. But when I watched it with a room full of people, including my family, I got a chance to see it, and there was reactions from everybody in there.
Really?
The first kiss, everybody was like, "No!" I mean, there were audible
Team Ben,
reactions.
That was true. Like,
It's
even
Team
in my
Ben.
notes, I'm just like, oh, really? Mrs. Kiss from like, you know what? I hope a clown eats your face.
I mean,
For that.
like people who would identify with the loser stuff. I think everybody's on Team Ben just because it's like, you know, like he put all the work in and like, God,
And she literally
Yeah,
does,
yeah.
like she's up in there like dead eyed, like,
Yeah.
I gotta go find my brother. I'll be right back.
Well, you
Exactly.
know,
and then here comes the hey, come here. And he climbs up on the black guy's stool and then pulls down the girl and was like, wake up.
goes through everything, man.
And then
He was getting
kissed her,
shafted.
though.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, he wrote. I mean, like she was literally like the poem that he wrote was like in her mind forever. And,
Yeah,
like, she saved
yeah.
it, put it in plastic.
Like the saving grace. It literally saved them twice.
Because their kiss was dope to me. Like when they finally kissed, I was like, yes, this is thank you. Even though, also like thank God they're alive because of the burying and the blood and like them calling out to each other and shit.
you didn't think that was corny as hell when she reached out her arm and pulled him up, and then they happened to have fallen in some sexy oh my God, I was ready to throw up. I'm not kidding.
I needed that tension break, honestly,
Yeah.
because
Really? Oh jeez.
motherfuckers getting buried alive. It was. They were fucked. They were so
I was kind
fucked.
of glad it was blood. I was thinking it was just gonna be nasty sewer water, just
Oh.
gray water and just dead bodies and stuff. Because I was like, because that's what it was the first time. It was just trash and stuff that fell on her in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It came from above, and I thought that's what was gonna happen. It's like he's gonna fill the whole thing
Exactly.
on top with just brown gray water, and just like and she's gonna choke on feces. But no, it comes from the blood, and it's like all blood. And I'm like,
Very, very
you know what? I'm
shiny.
okay with
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
yeah.
But you know,
better
when
with
you
this.
look at it though, as a
Depending where
writer
the blood's coming
again,
from.
Yeah.
he's getting buried alive and she rescues him. That's pretty much a male-female relationship in real life. That's
Facts.
what us women do.
But
Because she breaks barriers to save his.
if it was more accurate, he'll be burying himself though. Like if
That's
he
true. He would have been like,
I can't help it. Just poor decisions after poor decisions.
more stuff
just
on his
covered
head.
like no, it's all donuts and shit. Like no,
And not sending food back, just trays of food that he never
Just
sent
like,
back.
Come on, eat some more. Here's the gravy.
I was disgusted, and my daughter, she was like, she was sighing and all that, and so I was like,
Really?
see, yeah,
That
yeah,
is so wild.
and she also said, but they're married.
Oh, well, he was not,
He wasn't.
but she was.
Yeah.
She was
Not
not
anymore.
She's
But
She-
I mean,
yeah,
she
she
kind of
was-
made a good point that there was this kind of we're supposed to be. She took the ring off and everything, but she is still married.
It was the most shorthanding of
Yeah,
this
it's
marriage.
like,
Is
this is done.
like it was kind of like that. If anything was like, okay, I get it. That was kind of forced. It was like, I understand you got to go, babe. No big deal. And then immediately, I'm evil as fuck. Like, whoa, punch, possible
Yeah.
rape. No, it was like Jesus, we get it. So like her taking off the ring was kind of just.
That was fine.
we
That
have
was
some
shit.
things
standing
to
up
get
for
to in this
herself.
3-hour movie.
Yeah, like we don't
Sorry,
have
guys.
we don't have to get the divorce attorney involved in the casting. Let's just move on. Let's just
divorce
like
attorney.
how do
so
we?
I found out that you're gonna need at least 15%.
I had something on my mind. Is it still on?
Talk.
Check.
Yeah,
Sorry.
still
Okay.
on.
She's still here.
The mic drop probably is gonna be like the loudest thing.
Oh, okay.
You were just like, fuck this.
All right. Well, good. Then that was for emphasis.
Oh, yeah.
That's how she felt about
Everyone
that.
feels it. Like, damn, she was upset. like, but like, the only thing that was like a glaring issue was just like how it was like, okay, we got to keep this going. So like they're not in a good relationship. They're not in a good relationship. Let's keep it going. Cause you you know how they do marriages in movies,
yeah.
man.
They
This
don't
is
care.
there's no
And they
ebb and flow. It's
actually-
either done.
Now, in the 1990 version, they spent a little more time on those relationships, and they were not that much more, but they gave you more information about the situation. And I actually appreciated that they didn't go down that road.
I was literally so terrified of the child orgy. Like, I was expecting it.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Oh,
thank
God.
Christ, they all just didn't do it.
Hence the entire movie. You don't know how to end a book, Bill. Because everybody would tell
Yeah.
Stephen King that forever.
No.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Child orgy? That's bad. Don't do that.
Yeah, let's
Fuck
not go
you.
there.
A part of me got scared. We're like, we don't remember everything, guys. I was like,
Oh, that's what I was like, there's a scene we didn't see. And it's just like, it's gonna come back.
I was like,
I'm
don't come back, don't come back. Please
He's gonna
don't
show
come
them all
back.
in their tidy whities and Bev laying down again. I'm just like, this is gonna get awkward.
Self cutting is more preferred.
Yeah, I was like,
Right?
just cut yourselves.
Just leave it at that. I was.
Oh, yeah.
Sacrifice blood. No.
There's a lot of stuff they're going to bring back, but I didn't think they were going to do that.
What was more terrifying for y'all?
I laughed the whole fucking time. Nothing terrified me. It was
I was excited by
hilarious. But the imagery of it was beautiful. You know, I admired everything. So if you mean jump scares, you know, the things that were shocking in the directing and how it's off camera and suddenly it's on camera. I'm gonna go with the reactions that I saw from my kids, and so the part
humans of her
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
the ones that had feelings.
The humans you spawn.
Sociopaths.
My spawn reactions.
This is how
There
you're
was-
supposed to react.
There were a few times that they were got.
Yeah.
God, that
Yeah.
grammar. Anyway, when they were all in the water, when they were going to go handle things, they were going to go do some business, and they were in the water in the sewage part, and Beverly.
Oh, the
got
old lady?
missing. Yeah, and the old lady jumped up out of the water. Yeah. Man, everybody in the theater jumped at that point, and so I was like, "Oh, that was good. That was good."
Yeah.
Old naked giant lady was terrifying.
Yeah.
Like what was
Was it
funny?
her or the really saggy boobs?
The saggy titties.
Worst.
Saggy titties don't upset me per se, but like you know.
Oh, but say, cause man,
Look.
it gets rough. It gets rough. You know, the older you
government,
get.
the government knows my history, so
Google knows.
they know what it.
Loving it. Go ahead.
But like,
Saggy titties.
Saggy tits matter too. I think a hashtag saggy boobs matter too, or something like that one day.
but it's more like what kills me is like none of the monsters are technically scary when you look at them, like you take a hard look at them, but like the way they fucking come at you is very disalarming. Like the way that because you're already getting built up of it coming, and she shows up, and like you look at her face, you're like, you look goofy, but the way that you're coming at me is fucking terrifying. But like what I was shocked at the most was Paul Bunyan fucked me up.
Oh yeah, that
Paul
was a
Bunyan
good
fucked
one.
me up.
That was a
The
good
that
one.
fucked me up.
Cause
Yeah.
he's goofy
Wow.
looking, but
Yeah.
like it was one where thought he was like trying to see where he's at, and he turned.
Yeah.
And it was just fucking face. I was
Yeah,
just like,
that was a good. It
Fuck
was
me.
done well.
It was too much to process.
Yeah.
You know, for me, because I read the book a few times when I was younger, I never feel like I get afraid when I see something like that. What I feel is this warm, fuzzy, like, oh, I remember that. I love that part. And that's how I felt.
Jesus.
I did not. I was the exact opposite of that. The whole time. That was me bitching up. I picked a seat in the very back of the theater because I wanted a solid object behind me.
Hell yeah.
They're like, this is gonna get bad.
Oh, dude, I was
And I saw
square
it
in the
in
middle by
IMAX.
myself.
Fuck no.
I was right in the middle
I
by
want
myself.
no one behind me
No, it was horrible.
except maybe the projectionist, and I want to know where he's at.
Well,
You better have a bell on.
Because and I've said this before about other movies, like with Insidious, and like there's a moment where you're expecting a jump scare, and then you get a pause,
yes.
and then there's a jump scare.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that was off.
Yeah.
But now with this one, it was like the one where Ben's stuck in the locker and he like leans back and there's
Yes.
a picture. It's like the like I'm like, oh shit, here it comes.
Yeah,
And I'm just
yeah.
like, he's out there. Like, no, he's not coming that way. He's right behind.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Ben in that locker, it was like that was the one time. That's probably like 10 out of 10 most scary because I actually looked down because like you see Jordan Knight bitch
Yeah, I
ass
was like-
just cheesing in the back. I'm like, no, know it's gonna be because I was ready for a Jordan Knight cameo actually for him to be like, yeah, bitch, you got the right stuff, motherfucker. Like, no. It was terrifying. Like that photo was terrifying.
When it fell out.
Fucking terrifying.
I was expecting like a Shawshank where the hand would come out of the picture.
Anything, but then we just get just dead face fucking it. I was relieved by that.
Worse.
Do y'all think that poor kid who kept showing up, was he real or a figment of their imagination? Because that kid got fucking like the worst childhood.
Oh, he got.
I think it was real.
I'm talking about the Chinese restaurant where he was trying to say the fun just begun.
Yeah.
What the fuck is your problem?
I will ruin you. It's like, yo, it's a real kid. Like,
he showed up so much that he had to be real, and he went out in a terrible, terrible way.
I couldn't accept it. I was like, that's Pennywise fucking with him. I couldn't accept it.
Oh, but that scene was so brilliant. The way he's beating his head through the glass, and then there's two different things going on. The urgency of Bill trying to get through the glass at the same time while Pennywise is beating his head. I was so excited. Like I enjoyed that scene.
It was great.
as good the second time as I did the first time when I saw it. Yeah, it was amazing. It was shot so well.
Yeah, he could have just figured out this maze in the time it took Pennywise to bust his head.
Man, that maze. That maze.
Did you guys notice from the first to now to the second movie, Pennywise was still injured from what they did to him? Did you not notice his head was cracked?
Oh shit! I did not catch that.
Yeah. So from the first movie, he did not have that cracked head until they stuck that spear through his head.
Fuck. I gotta watch it again.
At the very end, it started kind of like coming apart, and it was still cracked in this entire movie.
I kept catching that wonky eye.
Oh yeah.
So it's just every time he talks and that eye gets wonked out, I'm like, oh, somebody's about to fucking die. Like the little girl getting her head eaten did not bother me at all. I don't know.
Was awesome.
She didn't deserve it.
She didn't deserve it, but I was like,
she
that was
didn't
another one
deserve
of those things where it's just like I'm waiting for the jump scare.
But I
especially when he's like, and I was just like.
Well, that's again showing that it was not a human thing at all. Yeah. Man, it was very alien in those moments.
I thought it was face paint. That was funny. I thought it was a balloon face paint. I was like, oh, that's cute. Dude was like, no, it's actually a birthmark. I was like, don't make her more human. Don't do this to me. I know she's gonna die. Don't add a fucking flaw. Don't give her a backstory. I was like, don't. That's like naming your sandwich. That used to be Pamela. Enjoy.
Man,
enjoy Pamela.
Send me the sandwich.
She was a good person. That was a good cow. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really, because I'm always going to talk about the book because we're writers, but in the book, the fortune cookie scene was so creepy and weird, and it made you so uneasy. Like, oh my god, it was so twisted and weird. And they did it on the 1990 version, and it was so cheesy and horrible.
Like, this is so much
They
better.
actually did such a good job making it gross and like creepy. It wasn't like scary, but
and
it was
funny.
Funny.
Y'all laughed at this part, right?
That wasn't scary.
Yeah, but the point was to make it disgusting and like, ugh, you know. And then the message from the cookies was good. The message was good. But my favorite part of that was when he's beating the table and the lady comes in. Is everything okay?
Hey, on some real shit, I want to go to that restaurant so bad, so we can have as much fucking fun. Because they took them a long time to come check on them. Because it was like a lot of fucking. Because you know, being a person of color and dining out, it's very difficult to have a good fucking time. Because always somebody like y'all good. Like what we're doing right now is too much, right? What we're doing, if we do this at a Denny's, it's too fucking much. So like the fact that they allowed the black dude 17 chairs. That's a good fucking restaurant. That's a 5-star. That's 5 stars on Yelp. This bitch let me wild the fuck out. And they let themselves out.
No, it's the only fucking Chinese restaurant in Derry.
Probably is.
Right? So it's like,
come on,
oh man, fuck it.
Wow.
Some fucking lazy Susan, they're ruining it. Like,
I never crossed my mind.
Let him do what he's going to do.
That never crossed my mind.
Repeat business.
So when we left this scene, we started to finally get into the recalling of the past. Yes. And I truly appreciated, you know, there was a part where they go down into this their playhouse, which was underground, which was like that in the book, and I was excited about that. Yeah. But we see the first people come down were the kids, and I thought that was so awesome because I felt like the camaraderie between the adults and the kids, like that closeness, was the same. They did such a good job capturing those emotions.
Absolutely.
I loved how they blended the young cast with the old cast. Well,
yes.
the older cast in this one. That was one of the first scenes where they showed them coming down, and you're expecting the big ones. I'm sorry, what?
I was trying to signal that do one hand because of the you're doing.
I'm moving around a lot. Sorry.
She's not used to karaoke like me.
It also makes sense for it to do that more because it's like with the miniseries of whatever monster sat there and watched it for 4 hours, had to sit there and watch it for 4 hours. So they already had the children's memories in mind. But with this one, it's like, how long? 2017. It's now 2019. It's been like 2 years since we've seen these kids. So it's better to have to be incorporating the young cast in that way. Hey, you guys remember these kids? Oh, we're gonna fuck with them a little bit more.
Yeah.
So just letting you guys know, it's like
I love that.
So that way you can watch them separately because it's like previously on, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And then at this point, we're going through everybody's recall because they're all looking for their item.
Because they have to split up for
this.
Because you need some kind of
I didn't get that. We got to split up. Oh, we got to stay together. We got to split up. No, we got to stay together.
We can
they were
go
going
in
back
groups
and
of
forth.
two.
I love Richie. Rich was like, we could just go all together. It's like, it has to be alone. We have to maximize the scary. Like, Mike was, it's like, thank you for giving Mike more.
Yep.
I really like the Old Spice guy, so it was cool seeing him do anything else.
That's where he's from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? I kept trying to remember that too.
These tokens are now diamonds.
Good, Brandon. Good. I've been wondering. I was like, I can't remember any. I don't even know what to look it up to figure out.
Look at the clown.
I would have loved if he just showed up on a fucking horse. Let's go! Yeah!
That would have been like
Tears.
done.
But like,
This movie wins.
I appreciate Mike having more to do.
Well,
this
he
movie.
did in the book too.
Right, but god damn it, man, because it's like, okay, I get it. You have to basically be, like pushing the story forward. I get that, but did you have to drug my boy Bill? Did you have to do that? You have to give him. It's just a taste of pill, man. It's cool.
It's a root. It's a root.
Dick move. It's a root. Because at first I was like, damn, this weird vase is fucking him up, and I was like, oh, you piece of shit. Come on, man.
And then he lied to him a second time.
I mean, look, it's off the table at that point. Once you start giving somebody like fucking shrooms, essentially.
True.
It's not even weed. It's like hardcore, like hard, like DMD. I don't even know how to say it. That's how hard the drug is.
It's Molly. Yeah, they give him some. We're going to Burning Man, bro.
We're going to.
Yeah.
So we get to
How to Lose a Friend.
We get to Bev's apartment, which is the crazy swinging boob lady. But the background
Swinging
of
titties
her.
are fine.
What did y'all think of that? Showing the. I mean, this is when for me personally, again, because I think like a writer, I'm seeing how fucked up Pennywise has been, like from their attack, because you see he can't really control this old lady's body very well, and so it's doing creepy things like naked stuff, and you're like, why is it naked? And it's because I think they're trying to show his ability to control these meat suits is not as like it used to be. What do y'all think?
Go ahead.
I feel like I'm talking too much. That's why.
No.
I feel like
It's usually me.
More just like the idea is to create more fear. So if I can make anything, if a pencil makes them scared, I'm going to make the pencil scared. If I can make fortune cookies be like eyeballs and bat wings, then I can make them terrified. But I'm also, every time I do this, it requires energy. So I'm starving though, so I need to do maybe almost as little as possible, which turns out to be just enough sometimes. Because it's like, I find like he had to ramp up to a certain point to attack. So it's like he has to create this sense of fear. That's why they get the chance to like get away sometimes, because he has to build up. And it's like with the leper scene especially, where it's like he's seen this before, and he's like wait a minute, I could fucking choke your ass out if I can.
Right.
And it changes the situation, and that guy disappears. And it's like,
that's a rule of writing. You if you're going to keep it urban, you have to keep it in our basic realm of what is it called? Science, I guess. That's the best word. So yeah, you're right.
If you establish a rule, the rule has to keep going.
That's right. So that's a good catch. Yeah.
You think he just does that shit on purpose, like whenever, because he froze up when he was talking to Georgie in the first movie. He just stops and just trails off and drools.
I think that was his inability to be
keep his shit together.
He can't be human.
Or
that
shows his alien.
The salivating the drooling is scary to me. That looks a
really
mess.
That's how you see the monster.
Yes,
giant, like ribs, and it's like, it's gonna be fine. Just come here.
Yes,
just get over here.
That's how it was when I was making cookies.
Bill Skarsgård was born for this role.
Yeah.
Oh, he was.
He was born for this role. The eyes, the mouth, what he does with his mouth, but that drooling. Oh my goodness.
It's a fucked up touch, and I love when they turn into Stan's severed head. I'm glad they went with the kid choice. I feel like that's you gotta. It's like we need a little more spice. We need to make it a baby head. Yeah, perfect. So like when they were running, he was running to Eddie, and like they both stopped because they saw the trail of spit. And I was like, that's fucking dope. That's dope because that's terrifying. And I'll be like,
yeah.
But you know who spit that is, man.
Yeah, it's like, oh, there he is.
That's a good point because like every time there's a scene in this where I'm thinking, oh, this is too much. This is too much. Richie comes and says something like, with the spit dribbling out. Oh,
there he is.
And it pulls me back from the ledge just enough so we can like go back.
Oh, dude.
So it's like I get this nice push and pull towards the edge, and it's like every once in a while, let's do this. It's okay. I think what Richie said was best. I don't want to die. No.
Yeah.
That's not about dick size. No. Let's kill this fucking clown. Yes.
Yeah. The obvious one, Richie.
Yeah. Richie and Eddie were hilarious. Mostly.
I leaned on Richie so hard this movie. I needed everything he was doing, and like I love the. People are stupid. I got remember people need heavy-handed clues.
Yes.
For stuff because it was
to our world of being writers.
Fair enough. It was Eddie who was gay in the book, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
He had a crush on Bill.
But they flipped. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That I did not know. So they flipped it, and like in the miniseries, they made Eddie so whack. Cause like right before he dies, by the way, I never fucked guys, and then he just goes to get killed. It was just like, it's like one of his last words. I never banged. Always wanted to bang you though. Anyway, stab. It's like, this is awful. Like,
it's not gonna help anything right now.
Why would you do
Right
this?
into the mouth of the monster.
Speaking of those two, was Rich's was his secret that he was gay or that he loved Eddie, that he was in love with Eddie?
He was gay in general. Just gay. Just being gay.
See? Two different things.
The same thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not. One is he is in love with Eddie, that particular guy, one of the guys in their group, in their circles. One is him just being gay and,
which he wasn't outwardly gay, and I would imagine somebody in this time would have been fine.
He was totally outwardly gay.
Was he?
Well, then why would
remember part one? How many dick jokes, mom banging jokes?
Yeah. That's not out. That's not necessarily
out. What about the quarter scene they added? Like, I mean,
extra
that to me,
macho guy.
It added an element where it's like, why have this scene if we're not? He
did show an affinity for other boys.
Yeah, and he was like, what are you trying to do? Like, nothing. I'm just trying to play another game with you, man. Just trying to hang out.
But I mean,
the reason why he was so terrified of it is like, and then he's at his friend's bar mitzvah, but it's like it's not to do anything. It's just to hang out and be there for him. And I'm just like, why isn't everyone else there? It's just because it's just to be there for him.
And exactly. And then at the end, him putting the E, it was R plus E. I was wondering if that was what we were supposed to get. I'm not sure. And I think maybe it was open for interpretation. Maybe they cut some of it out. He
was definitely still in the closet because otherwise Paul Bunyan wouldn't have threatened to tell his secret.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Like zoomed out, that sounds like the most gayest thing possible. Yeah. You don't want Paul Bunyan to be on your secret, that big burly man to tell you.
The brawny man's going to give away your secrets.
He knows.
He knows all the paper towels you've used.
And you notice the gay guy from the first scene of the movie, he was the one that gave him the funeral pamphlet as he was
fucking did.
That's right.
when he was walking by.
Sure fucking did.
Yeah. So that was tying that first scene into Rich and his secret.
Speaking of catch, did you guys notice the director was in the pharmacy? The guy who directed this one. I can't remember his name now.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he was in the pharmacy.
Nope, I just caught Stephen King's appearance.
Yeah, that was it.
Of course.
But that was fun because I got to say, hey, kids, guess who that is? That's Stephen King.
I'm going to probably
the scary looking dude.
Become a stalker with him.
It made sense. It was like the two writers talking to each other. And it's like, what do you think of my books? I don't like them.
I love
you
that.
Keep reading.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed.
Well,
have all my books.
I really think Stephen King was talking from experience because he's like,
It
how
seemed
much
like
is that
it.
bike going to be? It's $300.
You can afford it.
You can afford it. Like that is so.
You want me to sign
Yeah.
it?
Nah,
I
didn't like the ending.
Yeah, that was what everybody told StephenKing back in the day.
Yeah.
He couldn't write an ending for a book, which was not true.
I think I've heard that a time or two. They don't like my cliffhangers.
No. Whatever. Can't please everybody. But he is,
Where's
of
some
course,
sugar?
and always
I'm
will
real
be.
salty over here.
No, I mean, I do like a bad ending every now and then. Like every now and then, it's refreshing to have a bad ending. But like with this particular movie, I needed a good one.
And you know what? If they're if there was never another one of these movies, it ended so perfectly, I think.
I thought so.
Yeah.
But before we get to the ending, shall we talk about the spider head? That was so amazing. Stan's head.
Yeah.
That shit.
You guys didn't like it?
Stan's head. Yes,
Yes.
of course. I thought
When
you
that
mentioned that already.
when that
It was
leg
dope, yeah.
when that
Yeah.
leg came out of his eye.
That was fucking amazing. That was a nice
that
touch.
creeped the kids out too.
Yeah,
They
that was a
started
nice
like,
touch.
"Ah,"
That was a
like
nice
that.
fucking touch.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, appreciate that, because it could have just been basic through the skull,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
that one, those 2 extra eyeball legs, I was like,
Whoever thought of those little details like that,
Man.
that's what made this movie so cool.
The
Like, I love
CGI
it.
people, man, they were
They
Fucking
fucking
great.
busted this one.
yes.
They earned their money.
Oh my god.
one gripe was the whole trajectory for Max. What the fuck is his name? The bully Bowers.
Bowers. Yeah.
What's the first name? It doesn't matter.
Henry.
Henry Bowers. Thank you.
Remember
So
it
like,
was on that lovely man cleavage area. Sorry.
no, you know what though? Like for anyone to like have a reason to show their abs, that was perfect. I was perfectly said.
Yeah,
I was
good
like,
catch.
'cause I was like,
I
those
was
are nice
totally
abs.
This
blinded.
was like in slow motion. He's like, oh, look at
No,
the blood dripping on
no.
me.
If
so sexy.
if Pennywise would have took an extra moment to just go like, that I'd have been like,
Ben,
like-
run through that steam.
I totally was in the
or he
deadlights
takes his
when I
shirt
saw
off
that.
Takes his shirt off.
to run after them, but then
Looks
put the
back
shirt
at
back
everyone like, welcome aboard.
on. Or he does a hockey dance right before he fights it. But hate Aquaman. But
By the way, that actor is also always going to be Beast to me from Beauty and the Beast. The one that played
Jason Momoa?
Ben. No, the one that played Ben.
oh, Ben was Beast.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now, but he played on the TV version of Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was on something else. I know he was a TV actor.
I don't know about the first TV
Yeah.
one with Sarah Connor and Ron
Oh,
Perlman.
don't make me get over there and get my phone and look it up. I should have his name already. I'm sorry.
We're
but
not good at that. Somebody is listening to
I'm
this
not
point.
either.
It's blah, blah, blah.
You know the guy.
You
Yeah.
know the guy with the face and the hair.
Yeah.
The one with the abs.
Jay
and
Ryan,
Pennywise.
that guy.
Yes, Jay Ryan was on Beauty and the Beast, the TV version, the CW version.
Oh, they did this. I didn't know they did that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
I don't
Yeah, I watched. I think maybe the first 2 seasons.
I didn't even know he
and
had a head.
I turned it off to my.
Good.
I turned it over to my daughter. She watched all of them.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah. The head was fun.
no, that was really good.
He's
That,
always
Hey,
It was
you
more
know.
fun of a-
He said head is almost always fun.
Damn, too bad we already have to call this chapter 2 a bit.
What? I hit all the low hanging fruit.
facts.
So the alien layer, what did you guys think of his layer, of Pennywise's layer?
Much better than the last one.
Oh, God, yes.
Facts.
The floating turtle with lights was gone. You remember that from
I loved
1990 version?
I loved every turtle cameo in the first and second movie though. Like it would just be basic. Like when they're in the pond, oh, a turtle bit my foot or
Yes.
something, and then you just see like a turtle statue there, and then if you catch like a certain angle, like you'll see the sun actually above its shell.
Oh, okay. I
But-
didn't notice.
It was just dumb, but I was
I
like,
know,
that's
but
neat.
that's what's funny. I mean,
It's-
the
that's a hard
1990 version was
sell.
funny.
Yeah, the book goes into a lot, and like I'm glad that hallucinatory drugs were involved in some level because Stephen King was on some other shit. Because somebody was like, dude, there's like a space turtle that like created time to talk to the Bill. Like what?
So is Pennywise an alien who
Yes.
came down and terrorized natives, or is he
Yes.
someone? Is he a man that lost his mind when he joined the circus and
He
and,
adopted, I think,
Both.
those
I thought it was
personalities.
both.
I think that clown dude was the first person he
I thought
got
it was a
into.
symbiote situation where the alien came down and it's like it attached itself to somebody and then it like unattaches itself and then it finds a new person. And
I think it just
Weird
assumed
time.
it's that person's form. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Power was going to be the next guy. It was like, now I'm the bully. And like,
Yeah, maybe he's like he was like the main conduit for his shit.
right.
When Eddie got stabbed in the face.
That
And
was
at the end,
fucking-
when she's like, who took a knife out of his face and stabbed Bowers?
That's some pretty badass shit though.
Married a woman 10 times his body mass.
I
was
did.
great.
Was that the
line.
same actress? His wife was that the same actress without the makeup? Because like they
Oh, I don't know.
they did a lot to Eddie's mom.
Oh, yeah. They definitely put
Like
a
they
lot
were
of
like,
stuff
no,
on her.
can we get like a film of just grease?
yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just have her cook bacon every day? Can we just find a way to? How do we make her just is not
It
appealing?
was such a perfect perfect version of what she was supposed to be like.
Yeah.
She looked like the same actress.
It looked like it was the same.
Yeah,
actress,
it looked like
she
the
was,
same one.
She was actually cute, but they just was like, no, we need more palm olive.
More
Cover her face.
Crisco over
Yeah.
here,
Make it
please.
gross.
Where's the country crockett? God damn it!
I'm still kind of attracted to her. Make it more gross.
What did you think of all the vomiting? There was a lot of vomiting.
Okay, what was that callback to when he was fighting the fucking leper and the leper threw up on him and they played that music? That was a callback to something and I don't know what it was. It irked me a little bit. I couldn't think about it.
I cannot remember now. Well, it happened in the first movie. He did get puked on. Like
With that music?
I don't remember about the music.
It was
But
like,
he-
I remember the scene, but I don't remember.
Yeah, see, I forgot that it was a really bad '90s song.
yeah, it just came in out of nowhere and you're like, what?
Yeah, it was supposed to, and everybody who's listening to this again is probably yelling at us.
But the zombie tonguing up his mom, that was just nasty.
Yeah.
Love you, mom. Bye.
Right?
She's done. You throw the whole mom out. You throw the whole mom out.
Yeah.
When you saw that shit.
There's enough zombie movies out
That's
there.
a wrap.
That's a zombie.
Throw the whole mom away.
You're
You
infected.
already don't want to see your mom getting licked by anything,
Sorry.
much less getting tongue like that.
Because
I don't want to see her get licked by a stepdad. I don't want to get licked by a zombie.
Well, he was not a zombie. He was a leper.
Zombie.
he was a fucking
Walking
zombie.
corpse is all I saw.
He like it's a wrap. And if I was like the parent in that position, I'd be like, you're right, son. Just don't look back.
Get out. Yeah, she should
yeah.
have been yelling, go, son, go, son.
She's like,
You know?
keep helping me. It's like, bitch, I tried. Like, I freed her arm, and you just sitting here letting me do all the work, like teamwork. Rock back and forth. Like, show me where the locks are, mom. God damn.
Give me a knife.
You want to fuck this thing in the sheet. You want this. You want this.
We're surrounded by medical equipment. You can't tell me there's not a scalpel somewhere.
Touche. That's a good. Well, it's panic mode at that time.
Yeah.
It's panic mode.
But if I'm in panic mode, I'm like, it would be
Actually-
easier to smash the skull of the zombie
Right?
with the like
Yeah.
thousands of metal things I just crashed into.
I'm all
rather
flight.
than, like,
No, I'm all flight.
But you know Pennywise, he has to scare you. That's
Yeah.
what it was about.
Oh, he would
was
destroy me because I am flight to the end. I don't give a damn. I have to literally have no fucking choice.
You would have saw the
flight
business
just
end of
long
that
enough for my
mouth.
brain to go, you can take him. So I gotta find something to hit him with.
No, dude. I just.
Well, I actually thought Pennywise, in so many ways, in his own twisted way, really missed this group. I got that. Like,
Oh,
he was like,
yeah.
oh, I'm so happy y'all are back. Look
Yeah.
the fact that he was so proud to
Yeah.
show the
Everyone else
town.
forgot.
I thought so too. He kept it also seemed like you could kind of see the kid in him.
Yes.
And when he was like, "Who wants to play? Nobody wants to play with me." He was
Yeah.
like throwing a tantrum because he really. I don't know if that's because they got away from him, or if because he was able to feed off of them so much because of their fears the first
I would
time.
think that the town of Derry is literally aging itself out of being a town. It's like
100%.
Because I feel like enough people would like notice things and be like, you know what, a lot of kids go missing here. Maybe we should move. Let's
Yeah.
not come back here ever
Yeah.
again. And then it's like they leave, and then whoever stays grows up, and they forget, and it's like, oh, I guess you want to have a kid. Yeah, sure. You want to have a kid here? There's like no kids here. No, let's leave. And then the town
Yeah.
slowly depletes itself, and you see it in that movie where like all the shops are closing down. And it's
That's
like,
right.
There's like nothing here.
True,
So,
but
like,
there was always
literally,
only
he's
one
like,
kid left.
There's one kid wandering around. And the
That's
whole
why
part of it
Pennywise
was
is
like,
getting more
we
adults.
have to do something to keep this one kid happy. It's like
And I
a
had
whole carnival.
Give us the best mirror hall you can ever put money in.
I don't care how much it
20
costs.
acres of mirrors. Let's do it. What could go wrong?
Mayor Derry, there's no way we can fit these.
Shut the fuck up. I want mirrors. I want claustrophobic kids to fucking cry. Let's do
We
this.
only have the one child, sir.
But before the cameras were on, I'd asked if why was Pennywise targeting more adults this time than kids, and so Chantel is saying that this is probably why, because you make a good point about them aging out with this at this town. Yeah,
I mean, who wants to be in a town that can't have no gays? Gays are fun.
I was the same way with that with Hobo with a Shotgun. I was like, why the fuck would you stay in this fucking town?
Yeah,
If
oh
you
yeah,
leave, let's
yeah,
hold
I
you
said that.
hostage. Run. Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of this
But
fucking town.
Chantel has made the point before because we reviewed the old version of the movie last week, and she was saying that the town was under a spell. It was under like a magic spell, and that's really why they couldn't.
influence.
Yeah, why they can see all this going on, but then, and I think Mike kind of alluded to that somewhat in this.
Yeah.
when-
Yeah.
And he was like, but Nobody's acting like they can. Sorry.
No one's acting like they can.
I should have had my mic. Just everybody, and just
You just got to go to karaoke with me more.
It's fine.
You probably should hold it with your less dominant hand. Okay.
Oh, we're having too much fun
No,
with these two guys.
I'm more
guys.
terrified that I realized I have psychic powers. Cause I was like, that's what that looks like, and then it happened. I was like, oh no, I've grown too strong. I've grown too powerful. Erase this footage.
It doesn't
No
take
one
much.
should know. No one should know.
It doesn't take much.
That's not me. That's not me. That's not me. That wasn't me. That's not me.
no. I
Smash cut to me going to scores like.
I am alone. I am alone in this. No, none of the guys did anything. The guys did nothing to taunt this.
I don't know how long I can hold it.
We've lost them.
This is me.
We've broken them.
This was all dicey, being dicey.
No,
Sorry.
it was all horror. We had to sprinkle it in there. No, but like,
I'm sorry. I'm still thinking of Ben's man cleavage.
it's fair. Dude, the whole time I'm like, because like I know certain excerpts of the book, so like that was always in my head. In the back of my mind, I was like, okay, well, clearly Ben had the most working for him.
I loved when Pennywise even made the statement, all those sit-ups for nothing.
That was pretty fucking funny.
Is teasing him.
Yeah.
Pennywise is funny.
He had a lot more lines. Did you
I
notice
love that. I thought so.
a good troll.
I thought I've seen some people criticizing that. They said there wasn't much Pennywise. Like, what the hell are you talking about? All of it is him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's shape shifting into these other people. So
They weren't watching.
Like he wasn't
think so
in the movie a lot per se, but like it's all his fucking fault.
Yeah.
Like,
And the entire town is doing what it's doing because of him. That's what you have to see.
we even see his physical. I mean, his body, like as a man, in the creek where he's drawing the scratches down his face.
Yes.
So we even get
That
to
was
see him
awesome.
outside of the mask, the whole big forehead thing.
I wanted more of that. I was hoping that they were gonna like talk about whoever the fuck that original dude was. Like I wanted to know more about the correlation between them two, because seeing him like cut his fucking face up, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I was like,
you got to
more.
remember, he influences the evil and the darkness in everyone's soul. So, I mean, a carny, that's not hard to do, I would imagine.
Yeah.
No offense to all the carny listeners.
Oh, they know. That's why they're carnies.
They know the deal.
I'm probably 2 seconds away from being one.
They rip off children every day for work. That's their. They get paid to do it.
Ferris wheel, I'll show you.
Yeah, see if he can hit this balloon with this dart. He's really moving the board.
Special shout out to the one carny that always says the ride isn't fastened properly and then hits the switch. Like,
Yeah.
I like him. He's hilarious. Oh shit! I messed up. Maximum fear. Maximum terror. I appreciate that because I shit myself. Because I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm always feel like I'm the one that's gonna get killed by something that's fun. So somebody did that to me, and I was ready to die. I literally made peace with everything. I was like, well,
Wow.
this is how I die. This is spectacular.
I feel like hopefully I won't
This
shit
is
my
the
pants. I don't want anybody to find me like that.
Food tastes better. Everything was like Waffle House was delicious. That was a fucked up day.
Well, so we had kind of a double ending. I felt they thought they killed him, but then it wasn't enough, which is kind of the same thing they did the time before. They stuck that spear through his head, but it didn't kill him.
Right.
So
Poor
they had
Eddie.
to go back. They had to go, of course, the extra, and of course, Eddie's last words to Richie were, "I fucked your mom."
Beautiful. I can only pray if I get horribly maimed that I could throw out a one-liner. I swear, I'm serious. I mean that. I'm serious. If I could just say something that won't have it to be the completely most tragic memory of your life, if I could just be like, "Is my dick still there?" Just anything. If I could just say,
Not the piranha death. My dick.
"Oh no," try to put it back together. Like,
No. If I had to say what your last word would be, and this is just me because I just known you for all of an hour now, I'd be like, he went down in the pool of piranhas going, "I hope you choke on my dick."
choke on it.
I'm making it better for you.
Choke on it. Choke on it. Bruh.
Oh yeah.
Look how cool I'm being, guys, bruh.
There were a lot of great quotes in this movie too.
Yes.
I wrote down a few of them, so this
What you got?
This is me being geeky. But
The only emotion she has.
What'd you say?
What?
The only
I think we got a frequency issue.
Being nice. So
Heard something.
I'm close. Just tell me you need me to hit him.
The thing about being a loser is you don't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a fantastic one, and that is words to live by, children.
Poor children, they're watching this.
Sit down and do it again.
Yo, my kids went with me to see it. You know, I expose them to all of that.
I feel like that's definitely, to pull your bootstraps up, to get your courage up. Mm-hmm. And that's with everything in life, whether it's a test you're taking or the person you love is getting away from you, whatever their gender or your gender is. If you have nothing to lose, it can actually make you be more courageous and not pick up a gun and go shoot a bunch of people, because that's not how you deal with life courageously.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, yeah. Courageously, you're correct, yes.
Courageously.
Yes.
We have to actually, that's why I love this movie. I hope it breeds more people who can be courageous and confront evil. Mm-hmm. Because it's about confronting the evil, not reacting to it. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
what do you got in there? I'm curious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else? Well, this was the next quote is something that they used to kind of beat Pennywise, but I still think that it was something that could apply to everyday living, and that was all things living must abide by the law in which they inhabit. So that was something that, it was a part of the ritual type thing on getting Pennywise and minimalizing him so that they could win. But it's also something that, I take away and I think about in just period. Well, how do you think that would apply in everyday life?
Well, I mean, for one, of course, as a writer, immediately I'm like, it's reminding us that even though this is very, very creepy and wild, we still have rules that it's got to live by. Right. But, okay, so...
It makes me feel kind of sympathetic and empathetic towards people,
Yeah, well, we talk about this all the time as consent, right? Mm-hmm. Because we are a sex and horror podcast. So, consent means agreement. And I think that's in any situation, whether it's horror, romance, drama, whatever your agreements are, that's what you have to stick to. And you got to think about what you're going into agreement with. But in this case, it helped them to overcome this horrific thing that they felt was just and that's the thing. When you feel overwhelmed by something like a bully, you think, oh my God, nothing can stop this. And that's why you grab a gun or whatever. But guess what? There are things as laws to help protect people from crazy people like Bowers. There are such things as, right and wrong. And we as humans, we live and abide by that right and wrong. And the people who go outside of that are the ones who are, freaking psycho, and they have to pay the price because this is our agreement in society. So that's how I think it applies to everyday life. I'm a bit of a philosopher, guys.
I'm dumb as shit. So
yeah,
I'm just like,
this got way too deep.
Wow.
They're in the deadlights.
Oh shit, it's logic.
Boobs.
Boobs.
I laughed so fucking hard when that shit hit him, man. Like, cause that one knee buckle was just the best fucking touch. He
did it so perfectly because he was right in the middle delivering this really funny shit, and he just went boom.
That shit hit him so fucking. I was like, ooh, because it was cooler than the miniseries.
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader's a shit.
Yeah, and I think I told y'all before the podcast, but for those listening, it is rumored he may get an Academy Award nomination for this particular role.
That's amazing. Yeah, and I could see it.
Bill Hader crying in general was just like, that was like, man, because like at first I was like, this is corny that they went back into the water, but I was like, but they were in the fucking sewage, so I'll be so quick to jump off that cliff too.
Yeah.
But then just having just that quiet crying.
That's good, because because that was the thing. Like right after that happened, when they were escaping the house, I had to leave because my bladder couldn't take it anymore.
Oh yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. So, like,
Bill had a good fucking cry in the water.
Yeah.
Everyone came and hugged him and shit.
And that's when the kiss
And-
happened underwater between Bev and Ben.
Okay, so I
He
came
was-
back during that. That's
And,
what I like.
and he thanked him. He was like, I don't know. I don't have my glasses on, so I don't know who any of you are, but thanks. That was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Okay, so that was
and
the
I
only
think it
thing.
was him, accepting who he was, obviously, because right after that he went and carved that E really strong in the wood.
He might come out. He might not come out though, because even in his act, he had a fictitious girlfriend.
That's true. That's true.
And he was just doing dumb masturbation jokes. Like he leans into how much of a pig he is. So that could be.
Well, he says he doesn't write his jokes either, so.
That's right.
Shit!
Look at that. Look at that. Everybody's catching. Of course, the thing that really,
Back-to-back viewings will do that.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I'm not jealous. I didn't want to do that. I couldn't fucking Paul Bunyan for a second time. I couldn't do that. He had like 18 rows of teeth, man.
No, every monster had all the teeth, and I was like, fuck.
Well, I think that's just something weird about me. Another weird thing about me is that I can literally watch something over and over and over again. But I've done that many times.
I can do that
I'll watch
too.
a movie
I can
and
read
I'll watch
stuff
it
like
three
that over and over
times
again.
back to back. But it's because I'm looking for different things. So the first time I'm looking for one reason, the second time for something else, and then the third time something else. And you really get something different every time.
But it's different for us because we write and we think in layers. That's how we think, and we have to see them when we go to a movie or something.
So it's not just about me being an obsessive person.
No.
See us simple folk over here.
The dumb movie made me go. I like movie very much.
All right, Randy. Randy is.
Bring me banana.
What Randy's eloquent tongue is trying to tell. We just simple country folk.
We go see Pretty Lights now.
Yes, we go see. When the three swirling suns were rotating, if you will.
It also might just be that I have too much time on my hands because to be able to see it
But
twice.
you see,
yesterday.
all that will work its way into your
Yes,
subconscious and come out somewhere else later.
It is inspirational for me.
Oh my
my
God,
brain
Stephen King.
is churning like what kind of story, what I'm doing in the story next and all
That's
that.
right.
Real quick, what scares you? So none of that. You didn't nothing.
No,
I am normally not terrified of movies because I can always see the lines and see the behind. But even when I'm watching this movie, afterwards, I literally sat in a subway and watched people just to be sure that they weren't going to jump out at me.
Wow.
I was like,
to answer your question, more real life stuff.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
like
fair.
we're gonna go to a haunted house. Now, haunted houses itself don't scare me,
Fuck
but at we've had a clown to actually come on our show. By the way, Willie Vodka was one of our guests. Shout out to Willie Vodka. But when
Even
we were talking to
little
him, he's one of the Creepy Hollow haunted house clowns, and so we're gonna go there, but at this particular haunted house, they can touch you.
Nope.
That
Nope.
scares me. If you want to know what scares me, that scares me.
Okay.
I do not want to be
actual
touched.
imminent death.
Yeah,
fair.
and I'm
fair.
afraid.
That's
I'm
fair.
afraid
Okay.
to go there.
Touch
I
you
was telling
back.
Shantouch, was like, look, dude, I keep coming to you, asking you when we're going. I was like, look, the reason why I haven't scheduled is because I'm scared.
See, like the way you're breaking stuff, I just imagine you going to the haunted house, just stroking the monsters on the face, like, "Hello, how are you, bro? I'm gonna murder you. That's great. That's great. I'm Dicey, by the way. Here's my book."
Anything that scares most people does not scare me. It makes me excited. I'm like, ooh, that's exciting. Like, it makes me happy to
All right.
get scared.
So if I see Chantel
But-
get giddy, I'm getting the fuck out.
But
Because there's something
if
behind
something
me.
horrible and horrific happens, I don't get scared. I get angry. Like, I'm a blackout murderous kind of person if I actually get scared. So that's why I think I laugh. So
You're like
yeah.
the worst kind of canary for warning and shit. She's excited, right? That's good, right? Like, no, we need to fucking go. She,
Whoever came out of the swamp is coming now.
We're dying tonight. We gotta go.
I think I could probably be a tornado chaser. That'd be fun. Like, that's the kind of thrill I think would excite me. I don't know. I'm a weirdo.
I kind of feel like something like I'm already seeing a movie in my head where we get someone like this. Like I really enjoy being around serial killers, and it's like, okay, well, we need you to walk around this mall and find out who.
That's what I'm saying.
This guy's really fun.
Yeah,
Put him down.
kill him.
I
Shoot
actually
him!
have written a letter to a serial killer before. Yeah.
Who?
It was Elmer Wayne Henley. That's his name, Elmer Wayne Henley. He was the assistant killer to Dean Corell here in Houston.
Dean Corell, the fucking Candyman.
Candyman.
Yo.
But that's a whole nother situation.
Sorry,
I'm
that's a
weird.
whole.
I like really weird things.
I'm sorry. Thank you for
That's a
stopping that
whole other
tangent because I'll be like, he
we
went
can
out.
do that after the
This is
mics
our
go
true
off.
crime podcast.
There's only 15,000 of them.
It doesn't matter.
Adding another one.
Right?
45 adds true crime to its name.
So to come back to
Don't
the
think I didn't
movie-
think about it.
To come back to the movie, I love the letter from Stan at the end because it showed you Stan was not being a coward. He did what he did to protect his friends.
He did what he did to protect his friends, but because he was a coward, though.
Well, yeah, no, 100%.
Because he
100%.
said, I couldn't do it. I can't come back. But
he said, and I would get y'all killed.
yeah, it was done not out of selfishness, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he knew he would have
Yeah.
gotten everyone killed. And even though we saw Eddie freeze up a few times, he was also the one who did the most damage to the clown throughout the entire till the very end.
Speaking of that, that's I was kind of emotional at that point with with
Stan's letter?
no, not
Eddie's-
Stan's letter.
Eddie's death.
Eddie's death. Yeah.
Oh, it was.
With
He took
Eddie's
that hit
death.
like a champ, man. Because
He did.
I don't know.
I'd have been dead immediately.
No, I was just sitting there like, I think I got it. No. Stop talking. Turn around.
Right.
Yeah, because his back was turned. Wakes him up. I think
Yeah,
I got it, guys.
yeah.
I'm just
What are
saying.
you
I feel like
doing?
You know it's
I
about
could
to
just like a 9
happen.
out of 10. I'd have
Yeah.
Behind me. Get
You know
behind
it's
the
about
rock.
to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hate
Like-
to lose any of, when you
Yeah.
are used to people
I
and
really
you
kind
got
of
to
felt Mike
click.
should have been the one to make the sacrificial play.
Mike should have been a sacrificial play only because he was willing to kill everybody in that fucking group.
Right.
He was like, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
But he was already kind of
Yeah.
had his
Made
body
his
ready
man.
to get
Yeah.
murdered. Like, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys. And
Yeah.
Bill was like, God damn it.
No, stop.
And also, we would have complained that the one black guy got killed.
Yeah. I didn't, that's okay. I know I'm sitting in a room full of black people, but I'm
I was
gonna
like, what
say,
about to say?
I don't see it as anything like that. To me, he felt like the rest of them. To me,
I was like, what are you?
I was so scared.
and then I went Pennywise on y'all again.
I say room full of niggas a lot. So I was just like,
Yeah.
I was like,
I was thinking like the most racist thing usually precedes. You know I'm not racist. Fuck.
Dicey knows me. She knows me like that.
I call bullshit on Stan's letter. That
Do
shit.
you? Do
That's
you?
probably because I literally forgot about that because that was the dumbest fucking thing they could have ever done. Because it's like, oh, by the way, guys, even though it seems like I just rashly went to go kill myself because that's what I fucking did. Because in the book, he chopped himself to fucking pieces,
Yeah, and he wrote it on the wall in his own blood.
which is stupid. But it's like, hey, can we just have the lore of how scary like it is? Why, like who abandons his wife calmly and reservedly? Like, I am a fucking hero. You guys are welcome. I made a promise, and because I know that we made a kid promise to 14-year-old kids, I'm gonna kill myself because of that.
But this also proves the point that there was something in them growing like a cancer.
It was a
and it
lame
was
way.
fucking with their heads.
It could have been. I was thinking it more like
Terror. It was
I think
terror.
it's like because the hat thing they made like that's such a non-thing that just like we just keep the spiders
The
out right
shower
here.
cap.
I'll put that fucking shower cap on.
But I was thinking like their
Now.
Stan's thing wasn't that. It was literally his own sacrifice. His sacrifice was their token
Don't fucking do that. Don't.
because he like.
No, because
You felt like they backtracked.
They backtracked
on
big
the
time.
suicide.
Yeah, they took the
suicide
teeth out of it
issue.
because it's like, hey, that was a traumatic. Speaking of teeth, his whole fucking face was getting sucked on by a monster. That's traumatic.
Yeah.
I got to go back to that. I thought we were done. Like, no, bye everybody. We ain't going to bonus areas. Where the fuck they were going? I'm dead.
I kind of agree with you on that. I
Just
kind of
let
agree
him
that
die.
it was kind of backtracking. I felt like though that maybe because I've been watching 13 Reasons Why.
Because of me,
Chantel,
sorry.
Yeah, Chantel got me hooked on that, and I did not. Have y'all watched that?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
You can spoil it. I'm fine.
I did not want to watch it because I knew that it started with a suicide.
Yes.
And that is a very sensitive type area for me, and I did not want to go there. But I felt like also that maybe this was a way for them to kind of soften that a little bit because of what we got going on. There have been a rash of suicides.
So
And
you
so-
think Anthony
Because of
Bourdain's
bullying.
death? They were like, you know what?
His and a whole bunch of others. There's been so many of them, and
Yeah.
and 13 reasons why. The only reason why I can still watch it is because there's. I think it could help people
Yeah.
It's done in such a way that it's anti-bullying too.
Right. And it's not to glorify what the girl did at all.
And it's so I think that here, if I'm applying that is another top show that's out right now, and then with Pennywise coming out during this period, that they're trying to kind of soften it so that it doesn't hurt as much. It doesn't
influence people.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
it
what
could
I'm
also
trying
be
to
the
say.
other thing where it's like, not everything in a movie needs to have some kind of point. Otherwise, why
That's
do
right.
we have it in here?
Well, that's the same
and
thing.
it's like, I know it's in the
book.
book, and I know it's because
Yeah.
it brings more fear into it. But it's like, there could have been no phone call from his wife at all, and they would have just like, "Where's Stan? We don't know." That's just as terrifying as he's dead now.
Yeah,
And it's like,
even
then
more so
having the
'cause it's a
letter at the end,
mystery.
it's like, well, now there's a reason, there's a point, or it was a.
Well,
purpose
I think
towards
the purpose of it was to show again the unity of the friendships.
Right.
Yeah, but
I think
they
they were
did that
just-
already. Like
They did.
when they, because even when Stan was dead and never showed up, they still spoke very highly of Stan.
Yes.
After the fact, even like no one really, even Richie didn't shit on him after the fact. That was enough. That was redemption right there. It was no need to just get let's pour all that good feel syrup at the end. Like, come on, man.
Well,
the
people
dude
are
was
dumb.
scared. He murdered himself at the end. Like.
The camaraderie part was a good thing to push, if they're gonna. Do
But
it
they
some
had
way,
his token. They literally went out the way to get his own token and still think of him and
Sure.
and still said he was always thinking about us. He always cared about us.
Well, it's good
We're
that we brought it
good.
up. I want because everybody's gonna have a different reaction when they see that.
I hated you all so much.
I didn't need a Stranger Things 3 fucking voiceover again from a letter. Like, I just saw that shit. Like, why are we doing this again? Like, we're already mirroring Stranger Things. Like, okay, we get it. Like, I don't know. I just felt like that was unnecessary.
Are they mirroring Stephen King? I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, they are. But that wasn't in the book. No, there was no pre-suicide letter thing. I don't know. It just.
I kind of felt like this was a survivor's manual. That's something that once I reflected back on it the second time, I was like, when we're talking about bullying and making your way through life, we're seeing the kids' version of them. We're seeing the adult version. That traumatized kid never goes away, even when you move on. That traumatized kid grows up, but they still have to deal with the same issues. And so this was kind of you're bullied and you have great fear and you find a way to move past it if you're a fat kid. And I don't mean that derogatorily to anyone that's overweight. I mean, this is the word
she's
that
sitting
was
next to someone like
this
that.
is the this is the word that's used over and over and over again. Okay, so this was the Achilles heel for Ben's character. So if you're fat and you want to change, then you go ahead and you start doing a lot of sit-ups, which is what he did. And if you have no, I said if you want to change.
No, I'm just saying you cut calories more than anything else.
Yeah.
And then you do cardio, because if you just do sit-ups, it's just muscle over fat.
Randy's technically Ben.
Of course, he's
Randy's
done all
technically
that.
Ben.
He's done all that. Ben's done all that for sure.
You do the,
He's
stuff.
technically
Sure.
Ben.
To get those
And I was
abs,
so pissed. I wrote a poem.
to get those abs, he did a whole lot.
Still, it's James McAvoy. You know what? Whatever. I'm taking my 8-pack and go home.
I would have showed up my yacht the next day. Oh,
Yeah, I
Bill.
was like,
Yeah, still
what?
thinking about Bill. Look how fucking rich I
All
am.
right, okay, I get it. I was being too serious. Well, I was being too serious.
No.
We back up off that. And
No, we're thinking about our own weight problems. That's all that
You didn't make us feel fat at all. I'm just kidding.
That's fine. Survivor manual.
is. Rain cookies after this, right?
Page
Cookies,
one.
Right?
cookies
Lots of
after. All
cookies
right.
after
Be a
this.
kid with trauma.
You can
Page
have
2.
one. Now you know why we eat them.
Overcome trauma. Profit.
She's like, I'm done with
Just
y'all.
stress cookies.
I'm putting the
Stress
mic
cookies.
down now.
I'm gonna go eat my feelings.
Yeah. Who wants to go to Golden Corral?
I'm not that sad
No,
yet. I'm still in a pretty
They're-
good mood.
Look, they all have some issues.
I don't fully
They-
hate myself for Golden Corral yet.
One guy stutters. He has to get past that.
That's
But
right.
that is not something easy for him to
It's-
deal with. So it's not just about weight.
As far as like outward looks, stuttering is like what if you look like James McAvoy, people will put up with your stutter.
Yeah.
The girl Beverly was abused, so she
Yeah.
had to
Yeah.
That was
she
terrible.
had to find a way to deal with that. But the issue, the
Michael was
insecurities,
Mike was just black.
He was black.
which was an issue here in
It
Derry.
was.
It
No,
was
I
an
know.
issue.
True.
It was an issue.
We're not belittling it.
Yes, it was an issue. So I mean, I could pick apart all of them. I could go through all of
But
what
he
their
was also
issue
the boy that
was
survived the fire.
and what they had to deal with.
That was terrifying, actually. That
And
was
so their insecurities that they deal with, they grow up and they find a way to deal with the insecurities as adults, but it never really goes away. You just find a way to put a Band-Aid on it, or to.
It's also something about truth too, and that because everyone's like Mike's parents were crackheads and they died in that fire, but it's like they died in an electrical. It was an accident,
Right?
Yeah, they weren't crackheads at all.
And then like everyone's all like Beverly's such a slut. It's like wasn't she like a virgin? Like she never touched a boy, and it's like so it's like. They were being bombarded with the lies and the illusion and their fears and the combination of fear into illusion that Pennywise could feed off of. But they literally had to hold on to the truth of like the situation is like, you are small. You are just a I was hoping they were like, you're a cockroach, and he like turned into a cockroach and smashed it.
I think Mushy Baby was pretty good too.
It was like,
The actual Mush Baby.
I just wanted like a final like, fuck.
Oh, I would have punched his face so many times.
But it literally is about like, especially with, you know, when you're dealing with trauma or when you're dealing with issues and stuff like that, you have to find truth in your situation and stand on your truth. And it's like, this is not, and then everyone's like, no, you're lazy and you're this. No, I have problems. I have this. I can do something about it. And I will try. And
it's helpful to find your tribe,
right.
which was the message here that Chantel keeps talking about the camaraderie of them. And you find other people that genuinely love you, genuinely look out for you, you know, and that's what they were doing. They were looking out for each other. They were stronger. They were together. There was power in the unity.
Yes.
Well,
they put together both of what you're saying, because again, when you're in the airplane, you got to put your own mask on.
Right.
That's finding your truth. Truth shatters suppression. You cannot lie over truth. When the truth is there, it's just there. Just like this is a piece of paper and a notebook. That's the truth. You can't change that. And so once you accept whatever that is, even if it shows your shortcomings, you're going to be able to survive better from that point. And then you're going to be a better group member. You're going to be more loyal to your friends because they know who you are. There's no lies between you. And that's the very extreme amazingness of Stephen King.
Yeah, facts.
Why I love Stephen King. And he is super tall, by the way. Did y'all notice that shit?
Yes.
So tall.
He's a gangly man. He's a gangly man.
I didn't realize he hunched over like that.
Well, that didn't happen until he got hit by the car.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was in a hit and run a few years
Yeah, that car
ago.
fucked him
wow.
up.
Like about 10 years.
Fucked him up, yeah.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
I didn't know
Probably
that.
He was left to die.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, whoever you were that hit Stephen King, and I don't even know if they caught the person. I don't think they ever did.
He probably saw Maximum Overdrive and Christy, and he was like, "Isn't that ironic, bro?"
I'm just hoping that they got like they got some sort of horrible disease. Like that's just horrible to do. That's Stephen King, y'all.
He saw Sleepwalkers, and he was just like,
I will say
what
the
you
very,
zombie baby, just like, get me, you son of a bitch.
the very end of the movie, I thought it was cute. The theater said Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5.
Yeah, I saw that. Hey, you know, you mentioned about the crackhead. One of you mentioned about the crackhead. You know, the first time when I saw the movie, I just saw the newspaper clipping, and it had 2 crackheads burned in the fire. And at the end, when he's flipping through the book again, it said 2 locals.
"Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
I caught that the second time, but it was at the same time that Mike was narrating, and he said that you know, I got to get out of this town because I'm basically just been seeing what I want to see or something like that.
I've been seeing the lie, right?
Yeah, he's been seeing the lie.
He's been seeing Pennywise's version of his
right.
life.
So I thought that was interesting, and which is also testament to why it's good to see a movie that you enjoy more than once. Because
there's no way a paper with the word
right. It said 2 locals. It said 2. Yeah, it said 2 locals. It didn't say 2 crackheads, but that's what he saw before all that time.
I hated Darius so much. I was like, "Of course you fucking."
Yeah.
I was because like
2 niggers dead.
Yeah, they might as well. I mean, just the way the town, because like Derry is basically any place anyone has ever ran away from or moved out of, relocated, whatever reason you say it. Like Derry is.
It's a flyover state where hundreds of people are just
not
trapped
but
as prisons.
But it's like it's just.
He even said it at the end. I need to get out of this prison.
It's a metaphor for every single person's like whatever thing that you're thinking about that you purposely just wipe over and just omit from your life. Like that is what that town is, and like. Anytime anybody has to go through anything, where I've been a therapist, and whenever I talk to a therapist, I have to go to what pisses me off or made me the most upset and go there. So like I feel like
and the only way out is through.
Right, that whole adventure is basically the process of going through therapy in a certain sense.
Yeah,
Getting that phone call, you're like because everyone
without the awkward child sex group thing.
minus that, and because like when Bill got the call, the first thing he did was like his hand started to hurt. Like that was the first thing that happened. He was like, "Holy shit, my hand!" Like literally, like whatever scars you got as a kid, hit him right then. And then of course when they did everything, they actually healed from the inside. Thus, the scar on their hand is gone.
Right.
And it's like it's dope. Like the whole
There's so many layers of that in this.
And it's terrifying on top of the thing. So it's like it's cool to get.
Lovely, scary.
Yeah, I like getting my artsy farts like in pockets in my popcorn movies. So like I enjoyed it a lot.
I really think people are going to, and I actually talked to. I was at the Thorn and Moon Magic Market last night, and many people are like, I liked it better than the first one, and oh my god, it was so amazing. I was shocked that they did such a good job. I personally didn't even realize that I was in there so damn long. I was like, did I just stand all that time in Walmart? Because you go to Walmart or Target and you're like, wait, it's been 5 hours. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And that's how I felt like. And I saw it in the IMAX, so I was like really immersed and like really there,
Paul
which
Bunyan
probably
was
why I
fucking
freaked
the
out
worst.
for the.
I know Paul Bunyan was the worst. Oh, you probably saw all inside his mouth.
Oh yeah.
Now, you know what? I wonder what that part looked like, where the Paul Bunyan scene part, when Pennywise comes down with the balloons and he's saying, "I want to play," and his whole face distorts.
Yes, it was awesome.
You know
I'd
what?
love to see that again.
The crowd in the background, that was so because it was a fucking tent over the whole thing, and like
they
people
all
were
froze.
dancing in the background. Then they stopped.
They all
like,
froze. Yeah.
I think everything about it was because, like, honestly, giant Paul Bunyan swinging shit stupid.
Yeah.
But they made it.
So damn crazy.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
It was beautifully scary.
Yes, you all did a wonderful job. I'm talking to the masses of people who listened to this episode, and also the people that were affiliated with it that listened to this episode.
Yes.
Nice.
We project things into the the universe.
All the people are going to hear about the showering love we're giving them and go, we need to listen to this podcast.
Yes, all the directors and writers and Stephen, because Stephen King was the only writer, but everybody affiliated with this movie. When you listen to this and you realize that we're talking about it, Chapter 2, you all did a wonderful job with this movie.
Yes, you did, and thank you. Because honestly, writers are never thanked enough, which was very shown in the movie when they put him on that set, and the director comes down and he's like, "Did you not get my notes?"
Yeah. When he's the dude, when he's in the beginning, when he's first going through, and he's like, are you supposed to be here or something like that? Or
he's like, I'm the writer.
He's like, I'm the writer.
Exactly.
Nobody ever knows who the writer is.
Nicole and
What are you, the grip?
right? Nicole and Jeffrey? No.
Nicole Snyder and Eric Carmelo.
Eric, they said the same thing.
Yeah.
You're just kind of there,
They were the writers for The Perfection, Ringer, Midnight
that was
Texas.
a really good get. That was awesome.
Well, they have a new one coming out. So we interviewed them a few weeks ago, but they have a new drama picked up for NBC.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
I'm so excited.
That's
for
yeah,
awesome.
a new
Good for
one.
them. Shit.
It's a very talented couple.
Yeah.
And they're just professional couple. They're amazing.
Friends, yeah.
Amazing. And they've been doing it 30 years.
20.
Oh,
22, yes.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, an entire adult. That's dope.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I guess we should wrap it up. How long have we been talking anyway?
We have been
People
doing this
are
for
looking
an
at their watches
hour
going
and
too damn
27.
Hour and 27. You
That
know,
ain't bad.
there was one part also, I guess, that was in my notes that I hadn't mentioned, so I should say it since I wrote it down, right?
Well, yeah.
The haunted house.
Oh,
Did
my
y'all like
house.
seeing that again? So as
loved
soon as,
it.
everything's been going, they've been everywhere else, but as soon as they go back to the house, I get so excited. Like, oh, there's the house again. And then they go back and then they kind of
it's
flash
worse.
back and forth. Yeah, it's dilapidated.
But there was more shit in it. Again, I think it was a reflection of how fucked up Pennywise had gotten from their attack. Because that house was a physical representation of what he was going through.
Okay.
Oh fuck! Was that the that could have been the dude's house? The guy that was fucking his face up. The clown.
Well, yeah,
guy's house.
maybe.
That's probably his
Yeah.
fucking house.
Maybe.
That's probably what happened. He probably crashed on his bitch ass.
Did he? Yeah.
It was right under that house.
Yeah,
That's right.
Like
they built a house.
No. So
Pennywise's
the thing
stuff.
hits, it gets in his water supply, and he pulls the water from it because that's the well that he's drinking from.
Oh,
There you go.
Shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knows? We may never know, but maybe that human influenced Pennywise.
Somebody's gonna find a way to like shoehorn the
Come
extra
on,
movie.
Stephen
though.
King, you can write us one more book.
Somebody-
about that.
Chapter 3.
Somebody's gonna force feed us an action movie
Oh,
somehow,
yeah.
some way. It's gonna happen.
Oh,
Do,
yeah.
So do y'all think they will write another one?
Yeah, they probably are. Just out of pure Hollywood greed. Yeah.
Probably. You're right.
They're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way, and it's
Oh
gonna
my
be
God! Before
Pennywise
I forget,
Chronicles.
did
or
you
some
guys
shit.
see the? I'm so stupid. The thing that came for Pennywise, the big giant bucket of popcorn and the huge it cup. It's a collector thing at the movies.
Oh, which theater? 'Cause-
We were at Edwards. Oh my God, guys, it was so cool. We ended up getting one because my friend, she's the Stephen King fan.
Oh, shit.
Like she is the Stephen King. She's moving to Vermont soon, and she's already pretty sure he's going to get a restraining order on her.
Damn.
She's going to be right a couple states away.
I'm not that obsessive.
So anyway, yeah,
I got
she got it. It was
book
really
about
cool.
this.
But it was a bucket of popcorn for real.
Misery Part 2.
Misery Part 2.
Exactly.
The emails.
She's going to be sitting on his lawn
Hashtag
with a red balloon.
fans.
All right, so tell our listeners where they can find you.
All right, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Cult45 Podcast. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. You can find us on any podcasting app that's out there. That's Google, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it, we're out there. I almost did the rest of my spiel by accident. Thank you guys.
What's the rest of it? Because Randy looks like he's miming along with it.
Like follow us on.
No, go for it.
No,
Go
I
for
can't.
it.
I can't do it because I stopped in the middle. There's
he
no
stopped
way.
the whole thing, like-
I'm like a robot.
Oh, okay.
I can only do it from the beginning to the end.
I was like, every time he does it, I'm just like, why don't you just record this part?
That's what we
I ask
did.
myself every day.
what we did.
Every day I ask
Same time.
myself.
It's like-
Every day I ask myself that.
And you know
Every
what?
day.
Every day you can.
Yeah.
I could,
We believe in
but
you.
I don't. I'm not.
A really good solid one. And just
No, because like one time it was a shit movie, and I was like, don't watch it.
yeah,
I was like, fuck
you know
this.
what?
Fuck
I was
this.
just like, fuck this movie.
And we don't want anybody to know we were talking about it, so don't follow us.
No, but like and some of our podcasters like fucking up, so I'll call them out for fucking up. Yeah, it changes.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. And if you're tuning in to Dicey and Chantel, we've got an outro coming after this. But
Yeah, so you'll hear our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Code 45 fans, go check out our Martyrs episode where we talked to Dicey, where I overanalyzed her life. Did way too much research.
You know, every time we talk about martyrs, anytime I see somebody talk about martyrs, I shoot them the link to,
Oh, cool.
to
Oh,
that
that's awesome.
episode.
Thank you.
Yeah, because we tore that movie from front to back and everything. Yeah, we
of
gave it
fun.
the treatment it deserved.
Yes.
Yeah.
We gotta
And
find another one to do.
This
for all
is
four
our
of us.
extra episode this week, guys, because on Friday the 13th, we're going to be doing an episode as well just for sex and horror.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Fuck, is Friday 13 coming this weekend?
yeah,
Yeah.
next Friday.
Not doing
Sure
shit.
is.
Staying my black ass home. Calling to work. You know what it is.
And then
Sorry, can't come.
we also found out today that Cult 45 is going to be at Pandemic as well. So we're going to be there. They're going to be there. You guys need to get tickets to be there.
So you can be there and hang out with us because we like to have fun. We like to play with the mics.
She's doing that thing again, y'all. She's doing that thing again. That mic,
Do it.
That mic is going to be putting
and we like to laugh. So we like to have fun with our horror.
Service the
Laugh.
microphone.
service the microphone.
Excellent.
Oh, there she goes.
I don't appreciate the accuracy. It's too accurate. I gotta look away. It's way too accurate. Way too accurate. It's too accurate.
It's too rough.
Jesus.
I don't like that.
Too rough. I don't like it that way, girl.
It's too rough.
Oh my God! I hope my kids never ever see this.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
And,
man,
and this is me not inebriated.
All right. We're
Shut
gonna
my
stop
shit
now.
off before
We're
I
gonna- All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Gotta get a paper towel for that mic.
Right.